In progress.
I can try and answer them quickly now. Although, did you read the draft amendment? Yes.
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Stop recording. It'll be in progress.
Recording in progress.
Hi, Jesse. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. We move the table slightly, so. All right, well, let's get started in 1 minute. If you're here from the public, please sign in to the chat. And note if you're here to speak on a specific item. If you're an applicant, you do not need to know that item, but please sign in.
If you're looking for the chat button, it's at the bottom of the screen and it's like a little speech bubble. It says chat.
Okay, we're gonna get started.
Strange that people want to see over there, so maybe this wasn't the best plan.
But you can.
Oh, I can hear from the shoulder.
Okay, we're gonna get started. Welcome to the first meeting of the month for CB3 SLA. I'm Michelle Cooper-Smith, I'm the chair. We are obviously, some of us are here in person, but it's only the committee working together on this. Everyone else is on Zoom, so I'm just going to reiterate our Zoom instructions that we've been using since the beginning of COVID. Please sign into the chat and note if you're here to speak on a specific agenda item. I will also ask you to raise your Zoom hand when that agenda item is called, if you're here from the public, just to make sure that we call on you. Please be respectful of everyone. Jeanette is helping with Zoom. She will mute you if she needs to. If you're here from the public, you will have 2 minutes to speak on the agenda item that you signed up for. You may speak on more than one agenda item if you so choose. So I'm going to get started by, we'll do approval of last month's minutes, which is the August minutes, which is just our resolutions. Are there any objections from the committee? All right, I'm going to go into the roll call vote. Michelle Cooper-Smith, present. Jesse Beck.
Yes.
David Crane.
Yes, here.
Jamie Felber.
Here.
Herman Hewitt. Herman, I see you. Herman, we can't hear you if you're trying to unmute.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. That Kim hasn't. Ellen's not here. This isn't here. Oh, is Paul here? Paul Ceros, are you here? Oh, he's trying to sign in. Okay, he will be here. Okay. All right, so the agenda items that we're going to hear this evening are, and we're going to do it in this order. The first will be Trey at 173 Ludlow Street. The second will be Hwa Yuan Szechuan. The fourth will be Roberta's, and the third will be Roberta's, and the fourth will be Zero Irving at 124 East 14th Street. Okay. Are the applicants for Trey 173 Ludlow Street here? You can unmute and present yourself. Frank, I see you.
Frank Palillo, how are you?
Hi, and your clients here as well?
Yeah, Luigi, unmute. Yeah, there it goes.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm just gonna hit the top, for this. This is an application, for an alteration to an existing full on-premises liquor license for, Trey at 173 Ludlow Street. The request is to add incidental acoustic Italian jazz music, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. Is that it, Frank? Did I miss anything?
I'm sorry, Michelle?
It's just adding the incidental acoustic music, right? 4 nights a week.
You stated it. That's the only thing we're doing.
Okay. Okay, are there any questions in the committee about this alteration?
No, nothing from me.
Okay. Jamie, Herman, Jesse, anything?
No.
Oh,
Okay. If you're here from the public to speak on this item, can you please raise your Zoom hands? If you're here from the public to speak on this item, Trey, 173 Ludlow Street, please raise your hands. Okay. I'm just gonna run quickly through the stipulations, Frank, because I think your client hasn't been here in a little while, so just wanna make sure we're all on the same page. This will continue to operate as a restaurant with Italian food, serving food during all hours of operation, 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. all days. If you have any open restaurant dining, it will be until 10 p.m. all days. No speakers or TV monitors. You'll close any front or rear except for 10 p.m. You'll play ambient background music only, consisting of recorded music and incidental live acoustic jazz music from 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. only on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And you will not have any other types of live music. Any alterations, if you have them, you need to come back, which we appreciate you did here, of course. No unlimited drink specials, happy hours until 8 p.m., no wait lines, no noise, and you'll post your stipulations inside your business and you'll provide a phone number for residents. All sound good?
Fine with me. It's what we have. It's what we have. Just adding the live music.
Great, perfect. Okay, all right. I'm hearing nothing else in the committee. I'm gonna move this into a vote. Michelle Cooper Smith, yes. Jesse Beck,
yes.
David Crane,
Yes.
Jamie Felberg,
Yes.
Herman Hewitt,
Yes.
Jeanette Kim.
Yes.
Okay. And Paul Ciros?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes, that's a yes.
Okay. All right, thank you guys. We will send you the stipulations tomorrow morning now that we're back into virtual mode. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
All right, enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're eating Italian food right now. Thank you. David and
I
Jeanette.
need some jazz. My Polish interpretation of Italian food.
Okay. All right, moving on to number 3, Hwa Yuan Szechuan, is the applicant here?
Hi, yes, we're here. This is Heather from Halborn and Levy. Chef Tang's here as well.
Okay. Okay, so this is an application, another alteration for 4244 East Broadway, doing business as Hwa Yuan Szechuan. They are seeking to alter its current on-premises liquor license to extend alcohol service to the 4th floor and to add karaoke to the 3rd and 4th floors. Just to be clear, this means that the cellar, 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor will all be licensed if we pass this resolution, but only adding karaoke to the 3rd and 4th floor. This applicant has been licensed since October 2017 and received an upgrade in March 2020. Anything I missed there, Heather?
No, that's all. There's gonna be 14 rooms in the karaoke floors, the third and fourth floor. And the karaoke will only extend up to those floors. The rest of the premise will continue to have just background music only. The hours are not changing right now. They're Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Friday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Great. So basically everything is staying the same, except for the extension of the license and the addition of karaoke. Does anyone from the committee have any questions about this?
So where is this location?
It's East Broadway between Market and Catherine. It's a commercial strip over there. Yeah. And this is like a restaurant, Hwa Yuan.
Okay.
My parents went there in the kids, so it was around for a long time. Wow. Yeah. Anyone from the committee have any questions? Okay. If there's anyone here from the, I should mention that they had 57 residents in support of this application alteration. So if anyone here, is anyone here from the public? If you're here from the public to speak on this item, please raise your Zoom hand. One person. Okay. All right, Heather, just so we have everything buttoned up, I'm going to run through the stipulations. Hearing no public, hearing no questions from the committee. So this will continue to operate as a restaurant with Chinese food prepared in a full kitchen, served during all hours of operation, which is closing by 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 12 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Outdoor dining, it will close under open restaurants, it will close by 10 p.m. No speaker TV monitors, they'll close all rear facade doors at 10 p.m. You will play ambient background music only, but you may have karaoke on the third and fourth floors. You will not apply for an alteration without coming back to us. No pub crawls, no unlimited drink specials, no happy hours, no wait lines, and you'll post this form inside your business. Does that all sound good, Heather?
Yeah, that was perfect. Thank you.
All right, anything from the committee? Nope, okay. Hearing nothing, I'll move this into a vote. Michelle, yes. Jesse,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Jeanette, yes. Paul, you're on mute. And possibly frozen. It's frozen. Yeah. It's just frozen. He's in Greece. What do we do in this situation?
Sure, hang on. Well, come back.
Well, have the,
Okay,
you can add as a later.
okay, all right, so I'm gonna mark it as 6 for now, and then we'll come back. Okay, thank you, Heather.
Help us.
And Chamber County, we appreciate your time. We'll send you the stipulations tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good night.
He did. Maybe it was 10.
Yeah, I need to reject those. Okay, moving on. Number 4, Roberta's 15 MUA. Are the applicants present?
Yes, I'm here, Phil Dorn with Pizetsky and Bookman. I'm the attorney, and I should be here with Brandon Hoy, who I see, and Maya Serhan, who I see as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So the applicants are here.
Correct.
Okay, great. Okay, so we had originally had this on the agenda for last month, but we asked them to come back because the actual applicants were not present. So I'm just going to hit the top points again. So this is an application for a new full on-premises liquor license at 15 Avenue A for Roberta's, which is a pizza restaurant originally in Bushwick, but they also have several other locations now, including one on Grand Street in Williamsburg, and then 2 urban space or to market, food market locations. So the standalone locations have full on premises, the ones in the food markets have, beer wine. So this, location that they're asking for is, previously a dentist's office and has never been licensed. It is on Lower Avenue A, on a block with several licenses. There are 12 full on premises liquor licenses within 500 feet for the SLA lamp map. We received a request from a local resident requesting a denial of this application because of the saturation of the block in the general area and because the location is previously unlicensed.
We need one permission.
Okay. Anything on the scene there?
Yeah, well, first I just wanted to correct the record. It's actually, you're correct that we have 4 locations, but only one is a food kiosk. The other 3 are standalone, and all 3 have full liquor. It's just the one kiosk that's beer and wine.
Which one is beer and wine?
Sorry, can I correct that? We have 3 food kiosks all in Midtown that have beer and wine, 2 standalone with full liquor.
Other than that, no, you did a great job covering everything we wanted to say. I'll just like to add that, we were here a month ago, but like you said, Brandon, who is the owner and principal of the restaurant, was not here. So he's happy to be here tonight. Maya Serhan is here as well, who is the director of operations. She is happy to be here tonight representing Roberta's. We heard your concerns last month rather. We came back, we wanted to address those concerns, part of which was speaking directly with residents of the East Village and the Lower East Side. We received about 4 or 5 pages of petition signatures, which we sent into you guys, mainly from residents within a 2 to 3 block radius.
Can I ask, who did you send them to?
They should have been sent to Susan Setzer and Edwin, I believe. I was not the one who personally sent the email, but it should have been sent this afternoon.
Do you have any idea when it was sent?
If I had to guess, probably around noon.
Oh, today?
Yeah, today.
Okay, you can't do that.
Well, we wanted to use every opportunity to collect petition signatures. Outreach can take a little while.
I can say, first of all, you've had 2 months to outreach, but it says very clearly that everything must be in the Friday before. We don't do just SLA stuff, the community board.
Right.
Neither of us, so I'm Susan, and neither of us were aware that they were sent in because it's, just been a few hours.
My apologies. My understanding was that, and of course, the questionnaire and full packet was sent to you guys long before a week ago. But prior to the pandemic, when meetings were in person, it could be up until the date of the meeting where we could bring in our signature pages in person. So we operate under that same method of operation.
I would urge everybody to read the revised directions we send out with the invites, because you're correct, since COVID, we have changed a lot of things, but there's just no way you can cope with something if you're always aware.
Our apologies. That is certainly noted.
Yeah, it's just, everyone's inboxes are a disaster, as you can imagine, so.
Certainly noted. We apologize.
Yeah, Susan's gonna look, Susan's gonna look, okay. Thank you for that.
Can I just note one more thing, that our addressing of your guys' concerns from a month ago was twofold. One, it was the meeting with residents and getting petition signatures, but it was also amending our application altogether. We had originally come in asking for 2 a.m. across the board, 7 days a week. We have wiped that, and we would like to do midnight across the board. We think that's a reasonable concession. We have no outdoor space, background music only, ambient levels. So we hope that you guys that you guys recognize our concessions and our efforts to be amenable to you guys.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to, so I'm going to turn it over to the committee now, but I just want to say that we've traditionally, it's an unlicensed space in a highly saturated neighborhood. We're actually going to be considering the resolution at Wednesday's meeting about this, guidance to applicants about what the committee is looking for, what we will do, won't do, traditionally don't do. One of the things that I definitely want to encourage us to include in that resolution is that we almost certainly will not vote to license unlicensed spaces, just as a, and I don't think, I think that since I've been chair, we haven't done that. Since I've been on the committee, we have not done that. So that's just my point of view. Is there anyone else from the committee that wants to weigh in?
Yeah, we've been doing it that way for many, many years, and I intend to continue.
Anyone else from the committee?
Yeah, I am I'm super pro the application. I have to say that, to be clear, also because I own businesses on the block. So I want to make it clear that I am very pro the applicant, but not pro the applicant in a previously unlicensed space. So if they were to return in our district with a previously licensed space, I would be very pro the application as it stands.
Jesse, Herman, Paul?
Well, I would echo that. That's a big concern for me these days in terms of oversaturation, and the fact compounds that it will be open in a place that was never licensed before. And I have a problem with that because I notice how the neighborhood is turning, and I would like to see less liquor license, to say the fact, unless it's in a way in which it benefits the neighborhood. And I don't see also that this has any benefit or will benefit the neighborhood in any way.
I would just like to add, and I hear all your concerns, and we appreciate all those statements, that this is an established Italian restaurant. This is not a bar scene. There is one bar in the very back of the restaurant with just 4 seats. This is not a place where people are going to be coming to pile in and party late at night. Like we said, the hours, it's only open until midnight. So we just want to stress that it's very food forward and food first. But if that is your stance, that you would not approve a previously unlicensed place, then we hear that, and we would be happy to amend to a beer and wine only application.
If I understand it correctly, the concern is that it's a going concern. So once a spot becomes licensed, it becomes very difficult for us to kind of not to get that spot unlicensed again later in the future. So not that we we are counting on you guys to be bad actors or anything, but once this becomes a licensed spot, it becomes a licensed spot for a very long time in an already saturated neighborhood. That's kind of.
Exactly, and the next applicant could be literally anything, and we don't have much to be able to stop those future applicants if we grant this one.
So as somebody that lives there, that is actually not my concern. This being a 500-foot case, there should be public interest. And we do argue public interest cases. I did about 2 months ago, and I think it's important to be consistent. And I know this is a fine place. Nobody I'm aware of that has anything against this place. But aside from the fact that it in itself is not going to cause loud noise, it is going to attract a lot more Ubers, a lot more transportation, The streets are 100% or 115% congested, and cars are backed up. Every red light is a wall of honking, many blasting radios. People on the street, it's not the people inside that we're concerned about, it's the people outside that are going from place to place to place. And someone who lives 2 feet away, it's not what it's going to become, it's what the additional people that it's exactly the things that we're supposed to look at in 500-foot rule. The number of people that can't be accommodated, the loud noise that already exists on the street, not inside, and the traffic that we can't accommodate. And aside from that, I can't find the statistics on either Ed's computer or not. I'm looking under pb.law or law.p, I forget which it is.
pb.law.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking under. Would you know who sent them? Can I look for name?
It should have been Sherilyn, SHERI.
I do remember I think I'm right.
Yeah, I just want to say that for me, it's like, and this is why we're going to consider this resolution on Wednesday, it's having some guidelines, I think is helpful for the committee, it's helpful for applicants as they're deciding where to apply for. And, regardless of the tenor of the business, this one seems like a pretty good, rule, policy, whatever, to have, not that I personally will, abide by, which is if it's unlicensed, there needs to be a really good reason to license it. And this particular block is,
It's all bars.
yeah.
I will say it is a lot of empty storefronts as well on that one block across the street as well. It's pretty empty.
But anyway, that's my
It's all
feeling.
bars. It's something else.
Jesse,
Can I just say, the only thing Sherilyn sent in today was a waiver request.
Okay, that was a mistake on her end.
I'm happy to send it through if I can send something through right now also.
Thank you.
Jesse, anything, Paul?
I would go just be online.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just like to say that because the standard changes with the liquor authority when if we were to switch to beer and wine, the SLA will not deny a beer and wine license, and in that regard, there wouldn't be limitations on hours. So we would like to come to an agreement with you guys here.
Who told you there won't be limitation in hours?
That's just my experience with the liquor authority. Is with the good cause standard, they won't. We can go in and sorry.
Your experience is wrong. It goes up to 12.
You're saying you're giving us full liquor
What's your
or
name? I mean, you don't.
Sorry, I can't quite hear you.
Are you saying that you want? Are you saying that if we don't give you full, if we say that we're only going to do beer wine, what do you want? What's your offer to us? If you don't like this, by the way, it makes our lives a lot more difficult to do this sort of live negotiation. But what are you asking for?
We would just like your approval. We're here a lot. We don't like to be on your bad side, of course. So we're happy to amend to beer and wine only with the hours that we offered in this amended application.
Great. So closing by 12 a.m. on this. All right. I'm fine with that.
It's kind of putting your toe in, right? And for a later upgrade.
Well, right. But Herman, I mean, what's your, that's the way it works. You know, and I mean, of course, if they wanted to have an upgrade, they'd have to come, well, they wouldn't have to, but.
Right, we would agree to that as well. If we ever wanted to make a class, well, of course, all class changes have to come before you, but any method of operation changes would of course come before you guys.
So Herman, I mean, is there anything more to that thought, or just that's the reality of the situation, I guess?
No, I mean, I said my piece. Yeah.
Okay.
So if we
I
get a beer and wine license Does it now become like a licensed spot and then it becomes, it's the same issue?
It's not, no, I mean, it's not the same thing, like if you remember what, oh, I guess you weren't on the committee, but like, we've had places come up that have been beer and wine only that we didn't approve.
Okay, and they were upgraded by the SLA.
I don't think they went to the SLA, but we just don't feel the same kind of, it's not the same sort of,
Right.
the SLA does not consider that the same exact way as like, yeah.
That's fair, I just thought once we open the floodgates, though.
Well, they, I mean, they still have to come back to us for an upgrade, so, yeah.
The law requires the SLA to give them the license.
For the beer.
For beer
Right,
wine.
yeah, there isn't much we can do.
But the
the beer
fact that
wine.
they have a beer wine doesn't increase their weight if they go for a full liquor later.
Yeah, so the law requires it, and we don't have the 500-foot protection on this. I will say, as someone who lives a few feet away, I didn't see anyone out petitioning at all. I don't know when they started, but I'm still waiting for, maybe because it's big, it just hasn't come through yet.
Okay. All right, any other questions from the committee?
Well, now that takes me pause, because I walk by quite often. I don't think I noticed anything.
No, I don't see anything.
It'd be coincidental if you observe the other thing.
Yeah.
Now I look for them, now I'm on screen.
Yeah, but.
Okay, is there anyone here from the public that's here to speak on this item? Roberta, 16 anyway, please raise your Zoom hand. Okay, seeing no hands, any other questions from the committee for this applicant or to?
Still hasn't come through.
Okay.
Maya, were you able to send it?
I'm just trying to get the email address from,
I can give it to you.
yeah, would you mind,
Do you mind?
yeah, would you let me know what that is?
Yeah, I'll
She
check
sent
that.
it. We'll put it in the chapter.
Tomorrow.
That's your CB.
We apologize for not sending the petition signatures sooner. We didn't mean to deceive or anything along those lines.
Oh, it's okay, it's all right.
Not suspecting that.
That Mott's is great.
Okay, all right, hearing no other questions from the committee.
I don't want to vote till I see that extra stuff.
Will the vote is for the beer and wine, or are we going for it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna read through the stipulations, Herman. So this is for a beer wine license, as we talked about, Italian restaurant serving food during all hours of operation. Opening at 11 a.m. and closing by 12 a.m. all days, no outdoor space, closing front or rear facade doors at 10 p.m. Ambient background music only. Will not apply for an alteration without coming back here. No pub crawls, no party buses, no unlimited drink specials with food, no happy hours, no wait lines, designate an employee for no loitering. Those are stipulations, signed liquor license, and will provide a phone number for residents to call complaints. Does that all sound right, Bill?
It does.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Okay, committee. Hearing no further objections or questions, I'm going to move this into a roll call vote. Michelle Cooper Smith, yes. Jesse,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Herman,
Beer and wine, yes.
yes. Jeanette,
Yes.
Paul.
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys for your time. We will send you stipulations form tomorrow. Appreciate, and if you could send us that, I think I might have
Yep,
heard.
I'll make sure they get to you as soon as possible.
I just sent them over the petition. You should have gotten the signatures now.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Thank you all
Very
so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, moving on to the final application for tonight.
Need to get Paul's vote.
Oh, Paul, can you just record your vote for Roberta, for Hwa Yuan?
It's not strictly
Is
necessary.
he frozen?
It's also, it's not really
He's not
necessary
frozen, it's the
unless you
agreement.
did not have quorum with votes.
Good for him.
We did,
Six?
so we
Yeah.
don't, so we, well, without. that,
That's
we
fine,
still have
okay,
one.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, are the applicants for 124 East 14th Street present?
Hi, yes, we're here, Michelle. This is Heather from Halbert and Levy.
Yes.
And then I've got Bart Stone from Urban Space, Carrie from Urban Space, and then Ted from Top Hops here.
Okay, great. Okay, this is an application for a full on-premises liquor license for 124 East 14th Street, which is going to be an urban space inside of the new Zero Irving building that's being built. The applicant is there are several principal applicants. One of whom is the principal for Top Hops, which had a long-standing flagship on Orchard Street, and I believe 2 other current locations in urban spaces. This is for an urban space, so this will be the 3rd urban space location. This is an application for closing by 1 a.m. all days. 35 residents signed a petition in favor of the application. The Union Square Partnership wrote a letter in favor. A neighbor to Urban Space at 5 in Lexington wrote a letter in support. Heather, I just wanted to clarify some things on the seating. I have 18 tables and 97 seats with 1 L-shaped bar with 18 seats. Is that all indoors?
That's all indoors, yes. Those are, part of that's the communal tables. Their actual bar outlet will only have the 15 seats.
Okay, and then 18 tables with 72 seats in the outdoor patio.
That's correct.
Okay, and then what hours are you going to be opening? I have closing at 1 a.m. all days, but I don't have opening hours.
Opening hours, Carrie, can you answer that question?
Yeah, we plan on opening at 11 a.m.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Anything I missed? Anything else I missed about this?
No, so you guys are familiar. This is a food hall. And Top Hops is coming in and partnering with Urban Space. They'll be running this one kiosk or beverage component. This will be the only full liquor license in the space. Eventually, some of the vendors will come before you all, maybe for beer and wine, but right now this is just for one of the outlets.
How much full liquor license do we have in that space?
Just this one. This will be the only one.
What happened to the others that, is there space for others? How many other spaces are there that may come before us?
There's a total of 13 vendors. And so some of them may come for beer and wine. And some of them won't have a beer and wine component.
Okay.
They're good people.
Thanks, Paul. Susan, go ahead.
So this is our tech hub space, and with the initiative of economic development and I don't remember who, no, it was the people that would, I'm sorry, the owners or the developers, developers. We did go over the number of spaces and how many were obligated to be local and food and drink, and they've met all the criteria. We have gone over everything. They have met all the criteria.
If you guys want updates on that, Carrie may be able to provide you any updates if you have questions about that.
Just for context, this was Johnny Junick. Just
Oh, I'm sorry. So this is, we in our distribution years ago asked for basically a business incubator, and we actually got it. And this is going to be, I'm not going to remember all the details, but it's going to have an element of training for local youth and adults. This is a benefit to the community. part of the program, among the other things, is they're gonna have this, they call it a food market. It's not supposed to be just food. It's in the basement. It's gonna serve the people in the building as well as the community. And we wanted to make sure a certain number of the vendors were local, a certain number, they had to be, have their size, they had to be small business people, and a certain number had to be local, a certain number had to not be food and drink, I believe. But it's a wonderful program that we can't wait to get started.
Okay, great. Yeah, I have no problems with this, David.
No, it's on 14th Street between 34th Avenue, and it's a good location for it. The tech hub, but it's in the basement. I have no problem with this.
Yeah, no issues with it. Plus, I like their beers. So.
Jesse, anything? No. Okay. All right, anyone here from the public to speak on this application, please raise your Zoom hand. Going once, going twice. All right. Seeing no one, I'm gonna run through the stipulations quickly. Okay, this will operate as a food hall restaurant with local fare being served during all hours of operation, opening no later than 11 a.m. and closing by 1 a.m. Will only use outdoor patio for commercial usage until 10 p.m. every night. No speakers or monitors, and it must return to Committee Board 3 if it intends to use any other outdoor space. Closed, it will have a closed fixed facade with no open doors. It will play ambient background music only. It will not apply for an alteration without permission secured. It will not host pub crawls. It will not have unlimited drink specials. It may have happy hours until 7. It will ensure that there are no wait lines. It will conspicuously post a stipulation form inside its business, and it will provide a number for residents to call complaints. All sound good?
The only thing was the outside. They were wanting 11 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
So I personally will not vote for that because we, like I talked about rules, we don't do past 10 p.m. in CB3. I don't know if anyone wants to make an amendment to change that, but I will not support it.
I'm gonna say at this time, we don't even know if it will impact any residents.
This.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it's not a good idea to go past 10 because we don't know if it will prove to be a problem.
I understand. Anyone from the committee want to make an amendment to that?
We can do 10 p.m., stick with 10 p.m.
Okay.
Michelle, could you repeat what you said? There's a sound bouncing off somewhere.
Sorry.
Could you repeat what you said you wouldn't be able to support?
I would not support 11 p.m. outdoors.
Oh, okay.
Gary, you want to just chime in that you're obviously in agreement with that?
Yeah, that's fine with us.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, as is, everything that you said.
Okay, great. Okay, hearing no other objections from the committee, I'm gonna move this into a roll call vote. Michelle, yes. Jeanette?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Jesse?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Jamie, sorry. I'm counting. All right, thank you. Okay, we'll send you the stipulations tomorrow. Thank you for your time.
Have a good night.
You too. Okay, Susan, go ahead.
So going back to the petitions, being extremely liberal, I find 9 signatures. That includes someone for Roberta's. That includes someone who gives Avenue A, which could be anywhere between Houston and 14th Street. There are very large residential buildings. We have first houses within a few feet. We have my building is not single one, which is 100 units. So either people didn't sign or they didn't try.
Okay, all right, thank you for clarifying. Okay, well, we are done for the evening, so I'm just gonna do a quick roll call vote. Is this the quickest SLA meeting in the history of your time here? Probably.
Wow, yeah, I'm.
Should we keep going for posterity? Yeah, no, okay. I shouldn't have said roll call vote, but now that I said it, we're gonna do it. So Michelle, present, Jeanette,
Project and
David,
Present.
Jesse,
Present.
Herman,
Present.
Yeah, is that me? Yeah, present.
Your name, Jamie?
Paul.
It broke up.
Hard to hear you. Paul.
Present.
Thank you everyone for tuning in from far and wide, including from across the seas.
Funny, Michelle.
Hopefully also, just a reminder that we have the meeting tomorrow, which is on Zoom for the text amendment, and then we also have another SLA meeting on Wednesday, which will likely only be on Zoom. Because we can't top this after David made caprese toasts for us, so.
Can we make a decision now, though? As far as Wednesday?
Yeah, I think that we don't need. If we do it, we'll do it like by ourselves or something.
You can't, you have to come in.
No, not here, I mean, like, we just sit like.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, like Jamie offered space nicely, so.
Well, if you're gonna have in this restaurant.
I think Susan wants to invite Jamie. All right, thanks, guys. See you tomorrow on Wednesday, hopefully.
Hi, guys.
Here.
Hold on, we're still recording. There's too many changes.
I know.
I know.
Can't keep track of them.